What's going on, Marshmallows? Connor Thomas.
Matt Thomas.
Here back in the kitchen. Like we said, we're going to come back with a new cooking video. I don't know if you guys heard or listened to our last video, but Matt and I are now vegetarians. That is not vegan, but we do not eat meat products, nor do we eat fish. So yeah, right now we're going to be making a very easy, convenient, high in protein meal.
Well, it would be high in protein. Unfortunately, we only have chickpeas and black beans right now. Usually we'll have a couple cans of black beans and lentils, but we didn't check our stock and all we have are black beans and chickpeas. But nonetheless, it's the same idea. It'll be good, and here we go. So as you can see here, we've got our black beans and our chickpeas, our tomatoes, or one tomato and an onion, and some boiling water because we like to boil water here. So Connor's gonna get some broccoli. Now broccoli isn't for the meal. Connor, why don't you tell him a little bit about the broccoli?
We like broccoli. Anyway, so we're steaming our broccoli now. Alongside our meal, we're gonna be making some broccoli just because it's a very healthy vegetable. Matt and I eat it very often, whether it be raw or boiled. And then alongside also we're going to be making some sweet potato fries.
Alright, so basically how we're going to start here, we're going to open up with the beans and the chickpeas, and we're going to rinse them, because if you don't rinse them, if you don't get those little bubbles out, they'll make you poopy. Alright, so now that we have our beans and our peas all rinsed up, we're going to put them in our little pot thing here.
You guys like Matt's shirt? Give this video a thumbs up if you like Matt's shirt, eh?
Wow, we're going to have a lot of likes.
Wow.
So the way we usually season it is pretty basic. Chili powder, because there's no extra salt in it. Now, we were using like stuff you could find at your grocery store, even Walmart and stuff like that, except the salt and sodium level is quite high, so we're not going to use that, and we're just going to use some chili powder. Just like that. So we like to put about, I don't know, half a cup or a cup of water in. We don't like it too watery, and then everything kind of absorbs and, I don't know, some cooking term.
The cooking term is absorbs. So while Matt was cutting up the tomatoes and onion, I grated up some old cheddar cheese, and this is definitely an optional topping to your dish. I like it because it adds flavor, but not everyone is a huge fan of cheese, and yeah.
This is Carter. Carter always makes sure we are cooking properly, right Carter? Sit. That's right. Alright, what are you doing here, Connor?
So we're using white minute rice. Typically we'll cook Uncle Ben's brown rice, but we don't have any of that left either. So we've got some white minute rice.
Can't even see your eyeballs.
So we've got some white.
Sorry. Where are you gonna put that?
We got 4 cups of water, which means 4 cups of rice. And obviously that's not for the meal. This rice is to last us at least 3 days. And yeah.
What do you typically buy a rice?
Food stores.
Alright, let's go take a look at the peas and the beans.
There's the chickpeas alongside with the beans.
Alright, give that a nice stir, little boy.
Alright.
There you go. Put that down.
Smelling really good. Usually we'd also add some garlic, but I don't think we're going to today.
Oh boy.
Once again, not an essential, but it is an option.
Is that protein?
Nope.
Hey Connor.
Yes.
How many proteins are in a bean?
Enough.
Perfect. That's it. So there you have it, folks. We're gonna point right here. Protein. Enough. Perfect. Thank you. Woo! What's going on? Oh boy! Oh jeez, look at that. So what you want to do is you want to bring this rice to a boil. Turn the stove off. cover it back up for about 5 minutes, and you're good to go. Alright, we got our rice cooking, we got our broccoli cooking, we got our peas and our beans cooking, and we've got our tomatoes and our onion. Connor, what are you doing right now?
Just cutting up some sweet potato fries, about to start marinating them, and then we're going to toss them in the oven. We cooked them for 30 minutes each side. So after 30 minutes on the first side, flip all of them, and then again for another 30 or 15, however you like it.
What would the temperature be at, would you say?
I'd set them to about 300 degrees.
Tell us again, what do you put the sweet potato fries at?
Put it at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit and just let them sit. So the way I like to do it is I just take a Ziploc bag, pour some vegetable oil in. I rinse the sweet potatoes the same way that I do it or the way that Matt did for the beans. Put them in the drainer, or the strainer, sorry, and put some water through it. Then we pour the paprika and cinnamon in as well, and mix it in a Ziploc bag. It marinates it really quick, and then we put it on a pan. Just to mention, this is not an essential to the meal. It's just something that Matt and I enjoy, and it's a good snack, so. So it's all ready. We start with the rice as a base layer here. Put as much as you like. I really like rice, so I tend to put a bit more. Very high in carbs here. And you come over, you grab the beans and the chickpeas. I think this is actually the first time we tried it with the chickpeas, so we'll let you know how it is. Pop that on top. I don't know how much you want.
A little more. Get the proteins.
So this is the protein source of the meal. And you can sprinkle on the onions and tomatoes. Like we said, cheese is not mandatory. Do you want cheese on yours?
Give me a bit of cheese. Now, if you're trying to do a vegan meal, you don't have to put the cheese on, obviously. We're also thinking about putting on a little bit of sour cream. And then, of course, the good stuff. Oh, baby. Frank's Red Hot Sauce.
Now, Frank's Red Hot Sauce is mandatory.
Of course it is.
It's always mandatory. So adds that extra spice and also adds flavor to the whole meal. And like Matt said, we use the light sour cream.
Usually we go 0% fat, but we're trying to get a little bit of fat, so just went with 5%. We're trying to get some 5% fat in us. Two. Alright, so there you guys have it. Super basic meal. I think it's called like a Chipotle bowl or something like that. We got rice, beans, chickpeas, tomatoes and onions, and then we added cheese and sour cream. Connor's already eaten. How is it, Connor?
Really good. With the broccoli and the sweet potatoes. Has nothing to do with this meal, but we just like to add it in and keep it as a snack. So not to confuse you guys or anything, but we just did that because we were cooking that as well. So hope you guys actually try this meal. It's very good, pretty healthy, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
Alright, so there you guys have it. This is our vegetarian meal. We got our beans, peas, rice and cheese. And brine.
Nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, and we also got the tomatoes and the onions in there. And yeah, so this is a good high protein, high carb meal. Pretty good for post-workout. If you want to have it pre-workout, I suggest you eat it about an hour or more before your workout because it is a heavy meal. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Matt's enjoying it. We eat this like 4 days a week, so
Probably more.
yeah. So
Took about what, 20-25 minutes to make.
yeah. Okay, make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on social media, follow us on Facebook, and yeah, let us know if you enjoyed this video, what you want to see, We're definitely going to be making some more vegetarian meal preps and just some like tips for you guys on what you should be eating, what you shouldn't be eating, and kind of what we eat. Because a lot of people, when they convert to vegetarian, they're very concerned about their intake of protein, which should not be a concern. Should not be a concern. Although a lot of people think that because you're not eating meat, you're not getting the same intake of protein, which is not true. And we'll have videos which proves that. And good night.
Good night, everybody. Whether it be morning or afternoon.
Good night.